Good Thursday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich. This is your outlook for February 20th, 2014. I'm going to use the GFS for the most part of this video here, and we'll give you an overview of today. We are going to have a high pressure moving offshore here, and you can see that right here, sitting right off the Atlantic seaboard. Because this is moving offshore, we are going to have winds that are going to be shifting to the southwest here as it passes by. I can start off westerly, and then they're going to shift to the southwest and kind of round the clock here and eventually become east once we have a warm front move through later this evening. So we're going to start off with that and then move a little bit forward here. Here's the high pressure moving offshore. Here's the southwesterly winds, and that's going to have there's going to be a warm front that's going to be attached to this that's going to come right across our area here and press northward. And as it does so, winds return to the south behind it, and that's going to allow temperatures to warm up both Thursday night and Friday. And what we're looking at here is a powerful system that's going to be heading up into the Great Lakes here, the western part of the Great Lakes. It's still off the picture here. Here's the warm front that moves through. This is actually looking at Thursday evening now. Could be touching off a few showers here as it does so. And then that pushes completely through. Here's our system finally in the picture here. Very strong area of low pressure up here. And this is going to have a warm front sitting like this, and it's going to have a cold front sitting down here like this. Because this is such a strong system, strong dynamic system, out in front of it, there's going to be some severe weather out in this area here in the Ohio Valley, all the way down to the Tennessee Valley, and some pretty strong signals here for some damaging straight line winds as this thing comes across here. I don't think we're going to get into that here in our area so much. So the SBC did outline an area down here for severe weather. That does include some of these areas down in here, but I think the timing of the day that it's coming in will not allow for that to happen on a grand scale. I would not be surprised to see some thunderstorms down in this area here in Delaware and southern New Jersey approaching severe limits, but I don't think we're going to have any widespread severe weather in our area, but we will stay on top of it just in case. Here's that cold front moving through on Friday. Again, here's that there's going to be a squall line that moves out ahead of it. And we actually posted an image on the Facebook page of a pretty decent squall line that's going to sit up here and move through here. But and winds just above the surface here, about 5,000 feet, are anywhere between 60 and 80 miles per hour. However, we don't think a lot of that mixes down to the surface because there's a bit of a temperature inversion between the surface and about say 2,200 feet up in the atmosphere. So because of that, it doesn't allow those winds to mix down to the surface. But we could have some gusty winds with that line that comes through. Definitely some thunder and lightning, and it could be a pretty good light show in some areas on Friday morning, late morning, as we're thinking that moves through most of our area here. Okay, once that moves through, we're going to have winds turn around still west-southwest here on Saturday. See how the isobars are now pointed in this direction behind it here, so it's kind of like a west-southwesterly flow. So we're still having, again, high pressure sitting off the coast here, and that's the reason it's doing that. And so we still would think even behind this system here and ahead of our next cold front, which is sitting out here very weak, the flow being west-southwest out in front of it will allow temperatures to get up and reach 50 or above in some areas here still on Saturday. It won't be until this secondary front, which is shown right here, moves through that we actually, and this is mostly a dry front, may touch off a shower in some parts as it moves through here, but this is going to move in very early on Sunday and without much fanfare. And that's the front that's actually going to drop the temperatures back to near winter temperatures that we expect for winter, and actually below normal temperatures for a little bit there. Now the GFS is actually showing a little bit of precipitation here right here on Monday here, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. But I don't think that's going to amount to much right now. I'm not really a fan of that area of enhanced snow or rain or whatever you want to call it here along the Barrett Clinic boundary, but we will monitor that just in case. I think the next thing we have to watch now is going to be in the middle of the week, and this is on Wednesday. This is now, we're in the cold air now, so the winds have now shifted to the northwest, have winds out of the northwest for a couple days, and then you have this little bit of overrunning with this system down here moving off the coast. Might be just close enough here where we have to deal with some snow, and that's what the GFS is showing, that's what the European model is showing. So I do think we have a good shot at some light to moderate snow here as we get into Wednesday. So again, this is out of our forecast range. This is getting about 6-7 days ahead here, but with something we're going to be monitoring for the potential of at least some light snow, maybe even moderate snow in this area here. Not looking like a big storm from this one, and then that one just continues off the coast after this point. Let me get into the right frame here. That just continues off the coast and then just exits out of here. And we're not. This GFS runs out of range at this point. It does go beyond this, but we really, once you get past truncation at hour 192, we really start to lose some of the features that we saw on the GFS from earlier in the run here. But we do want to go over to the European model. This is the European model for March 1st, and this is something that is a very strong signal we have identified now for over a week in our long-range outlooks that Mike DeFino does. And there's a very strong signal here shown on the European model, very strong low-pressure system, and a negatively tilted trough with a storm just kind of taking a path like this and then heading up the coastline after this point. So we are going to be watching this time frame as the next chance for a bigger storm. Does not guarantee anything since we're talking about 9 days away. But I can tell you the afternoon run on Wednesday of the European model did have a very significant snowstorm for much of our area as currently modeled. But again, this is far enough away that is going to change a million times. So we'll just monitor this threat as just a good storm signal, and that's the only thing we're gonna concentrate on at this point is the storm signal, not the specifics of how big, the track or precipitation type. It's too far out for that, but we will follow it over the next week, of course, and we'll let you know once we get better information. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich. That is your outlook for February 20th, 2014. Have a great Thursday.